What's up, guys? I'm Rafael, and most of you probably know what this is. It's a basketball. It's wrapped in leather. It's brown. And do most of you know all 32 teams or all 100 rules, or do you know the history of when the sport began? I don't know the rules because there's 100. Well, I introduced the basketball already. I've been playing basketball since middle school, 6th grade, and then all throughout high school. I don't want to play basketball here because everybody else is taller than me, and they'll probably jump over me. Well, the basketball started as a small sport about a century ago, but with new rules and outstanding players, it turned into a sport worldwide, and millions of people associate themselves with this sport. So that's why it's a culture. First, I'm gonna talk about the game, the ball, and how it represents the game and the culture. Also, when it began, and I'm gonna talk about how I associate myself with the sport. The game was created by James Naismith. I think he was a physical education professor, and he created the sport as an alternative to winter, because football is always played during the winter times. So when the football season was over, athletes wouldn't have anything to play, so they would lose their conditioning. And this was a method of staying in shape. They would play indoors. And at first, there was only 13 rules, and today most of you know the game is played with 5 players. Back then it was played with 9, so you can imagine the court was crowded and there was a bunch of people. And then it was played with a peach basket. Now, a peach basket doesn't have a hole underneath it, so every time they would make a basket, they would have to use a ladder, go up there, bring it down, start again. And imagine that if they had time limit, just like they have here, 12 minutes. The thing is, basketball is a really competitive sport. I've seen on TV, when you watch the teams, you've seen people get into fights. A couple of years ago in 2004, there was actually one of the Detroit Piston players got into a fight with a person in the stands because I think they threw something at him. And it was in the 3rd quarter, and they actually canceled the game. And they ended it, and then everybody left. And I don't know, I think he was suspended for a really long time. And it's also a really passionate sport because fans cry over teams losing, players cry over losing, coaches cry over losing. What else? Yeah, the one thing that made basketball a worldwide sport was in 1936 when FIBA was created. That's the Federation of International Basketball Association. And when this was created, it turned it into a worldwide sports. Since it became a worldwide sports, the Olympics Committee turned it into an Olympic sport. The thing is, this ball is not just a ball. Without this ball, there's no basketball. Without the game of basketball, then the culture of basketball doesn't exist. And the thing is, since it does exist, it's a culture. Now, the thing is, since I mentioned at the beginning, I have a lot of experience with basketball, considering I've been playing a long time. But I wouldn't have known about basketball if it wasn't for my family. The thing is, my family they're huge Lakers fans, even though they suck today. They're huge Lakers fans. So the game was always on TV, and since I was a child, I didn't have control of what I could watch or what I couldn't watch. So I would man up, watch basketball with them, and it grew on me. And the thing is, the Lakers soon became my favorite team. Kobe Bryant, LeBron James were my favorite players. And the thing is, yeah, they're okay. The thing is, I wasn't so good. I wasn't so good in middle school. I wasn't so good in high school. The thing is, I just played, I improved my skills. My teammates would clown on me. They said I would suck. I couldn't dribble, I couldn't shoot. Neither could they. So I don't know why they were making fun of me. But the thing is, I worked on my basic skills, dribbling, passing, shooting. I knew the rules. I was conditioned. So I was able to keep up with them. The thing is, basketball is one of the biggest sports all over the world. And who knew that the game's small beginnings, because they were very small, could turn into such a worldwide culture that billions of people associate themselves with, because there's hundreds of countries that have teams. I talked about how basketball is passionate and how it is competitiveness. I talked about how it's a worldwide sport and how millions of people associate themselves with it. I talked about how I relate with it because I really love basketball. And then in conclusion, basketball has been with me since I could remember what basketball was. And millions of people could join me in saying that they love the game of basketball as well. What do I do now? I'm done.